Tonight we report on who was chosen to fill a vacated city council position in Quincy, and negotiations continue for funding of a new rail line to the port of Moses Lake. What's happening in sports, Sean?
Thanks, Alan. Ephrata Baseball takes on Othello in district playoffs, and Big Bend faces Walla Walla for a 2-game series. Let's take a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
And as we slide through the next couple of days, right through the weekend, things are really looking pretty good. A little breezy on Friday, but the warm temperatures continue. All the details coming on up.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Gina Saldana is the newest member of the Quincy City Council. The council appointed the 25-year-old woman Tuesday night to fill the spot vacated by Dustin Peterson. Peterson left the position on May 1st because he's moving to Arizona. The council listened to presentations from the 7 applicants for the position before going into executive session to discuss their qualifications. The council returned to a public meeting roughly 10 minutes later and voted unanimously to appoint Saldana. Saldana is the daughter of former council member Jose Saldana. She said her parents were active in the community and she was interested in serving in government since high school. Saldana will need to run for election in November to serve roughly a year and a half remaining in Peterson's term. Moses Lake Police joined students at Peninsula Elementary School for National Bike to School Day on Wednesday. Reporter Joe Utter has the story.
Wednesday was National Bike to School Day, and Moses Lake Police joined in with students at Peninsula Elementary School for the morning ride and a safety lesson for the kids with some help from the Moses Lake Fire Department. Police Chief Dave Ruffin explains the program.
Well, basically it's National Bike to School Day, and so it's a national event, and we were invited by Peninsula School, the principal here, Sydney Richens. The health department is also in partnership with the program. And so earlier today we had a skills course that was set up at El Sendero Church, which is a couple of blocks from here. And each one of the kids we made sure they had a bike helmet, and then it was checked for safety, and then the kids were shown how to navigate a skills course. And then once they completed the skills course, then we all biked from the church parking lot here to the school.
Ruffin said it's important for the officers to interact with the students, whether biking to school, reading to the students, or just stopping by for recess. And the interaction pays off in the long run.
When the officers are in the schools, it lets the kids know, lets the staff know that the officers are approachable. And so that pays big dividends in the long run. It lets the kids know that when they see the police, that the police are there to help them. And we're proud that the schools get us involved. We have 2 SROs that work for the school district or work with the school district, but the other officers try to get involved in the schools as time permits.
This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
Alternatives to Washington's greenhouse gas tax are being discussed at the Grant County Economic Development Council luncheon on May 19th. The lunch runs from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Masto Conference Center at Big Bend Community College. The cost is $18 per person. Brandon Housekeeper, Association of Washington Business Director of Government Affairs, and Ashley Mencheni with Quinn Thomas Public Affairs in Seattle are discussing Governor Jay Inslee's carbon cap and trade proposal and presenting current research. They will also describe an alternative plan for reducing carbon emissions. People wanting to attend can reserve a seat online at www.grantedc.com. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.